your girl, Andrea. I don't even know where that came from. So silly. Anyway, hey, you're watching Be the Brand TV, the place to hear tips on how to live your value, love yourself enough to be yourself, so that you can lead with intention and purpose. Today on the show, listen guys, let me just tell you, 2020 is here and you might be feeling really stuck, or maybe you feel like that deer in headlights and you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to be doing to grow your business this year, and it wasn't even something that started this year. It's the issue you were having at the end of last year and you just didn't know how to do it. I get it. Your friends might be going and doing really great things in their profession, or maybe their business is growing and you just can't figure out what in the world it is they're doing and you don't know where to start so that you can begin to get some of the same benefits of your hard work. So hey, I get it. I know, been there, done that. It's okay though. If that is you and you feel stuck, or if you are struggling to know what in the devil it is you're supposed to be doing next, listen, I promise you, developing some ideas and techniques to use your personal brand is a way to help you. So if that is something that you're struggling with, stick around, because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 problems you might be facing that are a result of having no personal branding strategy. Stick around. Welcome to Be the Brand TV. Okay guys, I get it. Like I said at the top of the show, I absolutely understand these feelings. I have been there. I have done that. And as my pastor used to say, I have a button and a t-shirt, honey. So I am very familiar with these feelings. How do you get over them though? Like, what in the world can I possibly do? Well, I'm gonna tell you some things that might be a result of you not having established your strategy for how you're going to use your personal brand. If you're familiar with me, you know I'm always talking about your personal brand needs to be put into action, which is where the term personal branding comes from, because I believe personal branding is the verb. It is you actively moving that personal brand, who you are, in the direction that you want to go for your success. Okay, so if you don't have that, if you haven't developed a personal brand, you definitely need to grab those links below. I've got several tools for you down there that can help you develop one. But also, if you do have a personal brand but you don't know how to use it, if you don't know what actions to put behind it or how to give it feet, then this video is definitely for you, because these things that can occur that I'm about to tell you about are a result of you not having a plan for your personal brand. Look there, that rhymes. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I think I got a little bit carried away. But when you hear some rhyming, girl, that's like rapping. So you got to get your jam on. Anyway, have I lost it today? Okay, all right, here we go. The first thing that is a really big clue that you have not used your personal brand in the right way, or that you don't have one at all, is that you have that feeling of imposter syndrome. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, why would they pick me? I'm not the expert, even though I feel like I'm an expert, but they probably won't think I'm an expert. Oh my gosh, they're not going to choose me, or oh, I'm not going up for that. I'm not going to put my name in the hat for that job because she's a lot better than I am. Or it is, this can't be real. Like, why am I telling these people this? I'm nobody. Who am I to tell them? Oh my gosh, they're probably going to think I'm crazy. You know that feeling, the imposter syndrome. Well, listen, that is a result of you not really tapping into who you are and understanding your own value and what your superpower is. Because when I tell you, nobody can tell me that your girl does not know what she's talking about when it comes to personal branding, because I have done my homework. I have lived it. What I am teaching is a personal experience. It's not something I heard about. Yes, do I educate myself on various ways to put your personal brand into action? Absolutely, I do. But the actual development of a personal brand, been there, done that. I have a button and a t-shirt. So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that what I am offering people is of value. So the imposter syndrome is minimized because I am very sure and certain of what it is I'm bringing to the table. That's what I mean. If you want to alleviate that imposter syndrome, or at least minimize it to the nth degree, then it's important for you to tap into who you are and really understand your own superpower. Okay? So if you are feeling those feelings on a regular basis and that's what's keeping you stuck, then it's a good indication that you need to figure out like your personal brand. Like get that noun together so that you can then use it, put feet to it, and make it work for you. Does that make sense? The next thing that could be an indicator that you have not really developed your personal brand, or you're not quite sure how to put it into action, is you don't have any productivity. No productivity. You are just kind of flailing in the wind. You get up in the morning, you have no real direction. You're not really sure, like, okay, what takes priority in your day. You lay your head on your pillow at night feeling like you really didn't get anything done. That's a clear indicator that you have not really developed your personal brand and you have not put feet to it. Because when you are working on your business and you actively are pursuing your goals and dreams based on your value and that superpower you have, you are doing everything in your power to make sure that you have put steps in place to help you be productive. You are really managing your time well. You are very clear on the fact that no is a complete sentence, and so you're able to say it easily and not feel like you're hurting people's feelings. Kind of that's my experience anyway. So when you don't have very high productivity and you feel like you're just flailing in the wind and you're not getting anything on your list done because you're allowing everything to squirrel, draw your attention away from what it is you're supposed to be doing, that is a clear indicator that you have not created or developed a personal brand, or you may have one, but you're not quite sure how to put it into action. The third thing that is a clear indicator that maybe you have not developed your personal brand or you have not put feet to it is the whole compare despair. That's what I'm calling it, compare despair. You're looking over at your friend, or you're looking over at another YouTuber, or you're looking over at another podcaster, or you're looking over at another blogger, and you're saying to yourself, or a speaker, if that's kind of your angle, and you're saying to yourself, wow, her podcast is awesome. Wow, her YouTube channel is amazing, and she has got tons of views on her YouTube channel. First of all, when you develop your personal brand and you're actually putting feet to it, you know that there is no comparison, okay? Because there's only one you. They can't compare to you. You can't compare to them. You don't know their situation. They don't know yours. They're not approaching people the same way you are. So you can't compare yourself with apples to apples. So therefore, comparing yourself is just like a futile game that you're playing, because you're never going to win it. Someone's always going to be doing better. Someone's always going to have more. Someone's always going to be making more money. That's just life. Get over it. The compare despair game is a clear indicator that you don't know your own value. You don't know that you have a superpower inside of you that people are looking for. So instead of that compare despair, get out there and really do the work on what your superpower is. And that is what you hammer in on people with, and you tell them that that's what you're here for, and that's how you want to serve them. And then you will recognize that there is no comparison. And even if that starts to creep up and you start to feel like, uh-oh, I'm feeling that compare despair situation, because you've done the work in identifying your own value and knowing what your superpower is, you can swing yourself right back into balance and know that, that doesn't even make sense. She's doing a really good job, but that is probably because she's doing this and I'm not doing that. Or it's probably because, she has a team behind her. Or it's probably because she's been doing it for 15 years and I've only been doing it for 15 minutes. That could be it. So don't let that compare despair game get to you. Develop your personal brand and learn how to put feet to it by making it personal branding, which is why you're here, by the way, because I'm giving you tips on how to do it. All right. The fourth thing that could be an indicator that you've not really developed your personal brand and put feet to it, or you have a brand but you've not put feet to it yet, you don't know how, is the idea that you feel overwhelmed. Like sometimes you can just get feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders because you don't really know what it is you're bringing to the table. And because you don't know what it is you're bringing to the table, there is a mountain of ideas that you could be doing, or thoughts of things that you should be doing, or people are coming at you because they understand you're talented in this area or you're talented in that area. So everybody's telling you what you should be doing because independently they know you're really good at various things because that's what they're using you for. But that may not be the direction you want to take. So you feel an overwhelm, and you don't really know how to get out from under that. Well, developing your personal brand means really tapping into your likes, dislikes, and non-negotiables. So therefore, when you do that, you will know exactly what it is you want to do. I talk about in some of my courses the idea of a style thread. And a style thread is that underlying thing that seeps in every aspect of everything you've ever done. So for me, I started out with a marketing degree. I did a little marketing, did some sales. Then I got my cosmetology license, and then I decided I wanted to be a consignment shop owner. So I did that online, and I had a sort of a storefront type situation. And then I went back to my marketing roots and did some styling, fashion wardrobe styling, did fashion shows and fashion weeks and things of that nature. And then I just recognized that that really wasn't what I wanted to do. So I went back to marketing. And a couple of years ago, I took a step back because I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling like I was spinning my wheels and I was not getting anywhere. So I had to take a step back. And when I did, what I realized was there was a thread that went through everything I had done. And it was the desire to make people and businesses look and feel their best. Now, if you rewind this video tape, what? If you rewind this video, you'll hear all the things that I said I did, and all of them had that same underlined theme. I wanted people or businesses to look or feel their absolute best. So I developed strategies to help them do that. That's what I'm doing right now with my current business, where I am teaching and coaching people on how to A, develop a personal brand, and then B, put feet to it and make it an action word, a verb, so that they can leverage it. There you go. So the overwhelm is going to be minimized when you have developed your personal brand, because you know your value, you understand your superpower. So now you can effectively go out and do that one thing. And it may not be what everybody has told you that you should be doing, or it might be, in my case, a combination of all of those things. All right, the last thing that may be an indicator, or I feel is an indicator of you having not developed your personal brand, or having a personal brand and not putting feet to it, is fear. Now, I happen to believe that God did not give us a spirit of fear. So internally, I do not allow myself to be guided by that fear in terms of making decisions one way or another. If it's something that I feel God has for me, I will go ahead and step right out there and do it. Okay. So that is kind of how I approach it. But I also believe that in developing a personal brand and really wanting to put feet to it, it's not that the fear won't be there or that you won't have the physical manifestations of fear, but it's that you are able to overcome that physical manifestation and really cognitively believe and intelligently understand that despite the fear, you are going to push forward because you know that this is in your wheelhouse. You know that this is something that your superpower can handle, and so therefore you won't allow the fear to take over. Okay, that does it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed sharing it with you. So if you will, go ahead and don't forget to take a screenshot of me, and you can share it over on your Instagram post or your Instagram story, but don't forget to tag me here, AF Patrick, and you too could be up on the video screen or mentioned in my podcast next week because you participated. Free advertising, people. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Okay. Also, down below, if you are struggling with how you develop your personal brand, I have a book, the BTB Business Journal. It is a very easy way for you to flip through. There are tools inside the book. It's really information and education, and then there's implementation as well inside the book. So it's a great way for you to get a head start and kind of get over some of these issues that I was just talking about, because it's going to help you kind of develop and kind of build up your personal brand, and then give you tools to help you use it. I got challenges and worksheets, all kinds of things. You'll love it. If that's not for you, then I also have down below the Highway 8, The Road to Your Inner Influencer. It is a free video series that I think is really fantastic to help you sort of answer some of those questions that'll help you develop a personal brand. There are also worksheets involved with that. So, I mean, there's just a win-win situation here, guys. So make sure you take advantage of it. I'm gonna give you one last opportunity to do a screenshot. There you go. I am so glad you joined me today on Be The Brand TV. Remember, this is the place to be for tips on how to live your value, love yourself enough to be yourself, so that you can lead with intention and purpose. See you next week. Don't forget.